Hello there, welcome back to my channel. This is Louise from Louise's Lifestyle. Today it's pretty wet and miserable outside, so I thought instead of doing an outdoor video, I'll use that as an opportunity to do some repotting of my indoor plants today. So I'm going to show you what I have down here. So I'll angle the camera a little bit so you can see. Sorry, I just switched it off by mistake there. So I've got a selection here. I've got Piper nigrum that I got from someone on Facebook back in December, and I've got this Piper nigrum that's a cutting of my own parent plant that I got in 2018. So both varieties of Piper nigrum definitely need a repot. I'll show you the roots that are on this, the reason why it needs repotting. You can see it is pretty prop bound, that one, and the roots of this sort of wound themselves around the bottom. I've also got a few other plants down here. So this is the Philodendron Brazil. It's a lovely trailing plant, or you can grow them up a pole, but I like them when they're trailing. I got this in 2019 from Flourish, the shop in Manchester. There's two actually, there's one in Didsbury near me and the other's in the city centre. Now it was growing really well and it was cascading, had long trailing vines with the lovely leaves, and they've all got different variegation on them, different degrees of variegation, but during the summer I noticed it started to get this horrible orangey sort of tinge to the leaves. I wasn't sure if it was being burnt by the sun or thrip damage, so I had to remove those leaves and I cut it back. So what I did is I took cuttings. I've got cuttings, must take about 10 cuttings, so I've got some here that I'm going to take out this pot because it's way too big, and I've got cuttings here. I've got some more cuttings in another container, but the roots aren't fully developed on those yet. So the aim is to transfer all of these plants into this one. I'll take that out. Into the one container here. So I'm just going to remove this and remove that, and then put the whole lot together in one pot. And I'll use this pot because I like these clear pots for this Piper nigrum. What else have I got? I've got this Tradescantia I got last year, and gosh, look at that. Really, it really needs, desperate for a repot, so that's going to be repotted today. And I've got this chlorophytum, or reverse chlorophytum, or spider plant. I've got the traditional spider plant that's got the white with the green on either side, a paler green, but I like this version too. And I got this last year. I'll just show you the roots. Definitely needs a repot. So these are all going to be repotted into, I've got some standard compost, so I'll just show you, tilt the camera back up. So I've got it's just some standard compost. I've got some pound stretchers. I will be adding some vermicompost into that because I don't know what the nutrients are. So I've got some vermicompost or worm castings, really good for your plants, feeds them. And for the Pipers, for both these, Piper nigrum, they will be getting a different kind of mix, and this is what I'll be using for them. So just tilt the camera down again. So I've got in here, I've got some perlite, I've got some orchid bark. I'll show you what the orchid bark looks like. Not sure if you can see that. So, covered it now. Get a handful out. orchid bark, so it's chunky, perlite, and I've just got some of that standard compost. So this is what I use. You need a very airy potting mix for pipers, and that includes betel leaf plants. Okay, so last one, got perlite, orchid bark, standard compost and some vermicompost in there. So I'm going to put it in this pot here, take it out of the freezer bag. And you can see all the roots at the bottom there. So I'm going to put this in there, so I'll just get the so yeah, want it about level with that. Gets a bit messy, but you know, when you're a plant person, whether you're an indoor or an outdoor gardener, well, I find anyway, that messiness is all part of it. Tidy it up after. Nice and airy. Show you there. Just tilt the camera a little bit. You can see it's got big chunky aerial roots there. So nicely potted up. Tap it down a little bit. So we're all done potting up. I'll just give them all a good water now. Just having a break. I'll have a cup of tea. So finished potting everything up, and I'm just going to water them now, but I'll have a sip of my tea and just give these a water. So just turn the camera down and you can see what I'm doing. And I've got this philodendron. I haven't got a saucer for this one. It's quite wide. I've got big, really big saucers, and then I've got smaller ones, but not one this size. So I'll just have to find something to get the water, you know, to collect it. So what should happen is when you're watering, it should come straight through. So I'm just going to fill my watering can up again, and then give them another round of a drink. So this is just tap water that I'm giving them. A nice drink right in there. here in Manchester, we don't have issues of limescale, which I know people in London, seen the inside of people's kettles in London where they've got lots of limescale built up in there. We don't have that issue here, so our tap water is pretty good. I think our water comes from, I think it's there's a reservoir between Manchester and Yorkshire. Can't remember the name. I think our water supply comes from there. So it's like fresh water basically. So see the water dripping through. That's what you want. So these plants hopefully will be happy in their new potted up environments, and hopefully I'll get some more growth on the Piper nigrams here. Who knows, I might get some peppercorns. So just a quick mention, I'll just turn the camera around a little bit. The beetle leaf competition is still on. I'm waiting to reach 300, and I think when I last checked I was on 273 subscribers. So for anybody out there who's interested in winning a beetle leaf rooted cutting, if you want to scroll through my videos and look for the beetle leaf competition, the rules are explained on there. You do have to be a UK resident. Unfortunately, Northern Ireland excluded, because I won't be able to post to Northern Ireland because of the restrictions there at the moment. So whoever wins it will receive it in the post, and I'll be doing like a raffle. So you do have to go on that video and say that you've subscribed, that you've liked the video, and that you want to be in the competition, and then I assign you a number, and then all those numbers get put into a hat when I reach 300, and then pull out the name or the number from the hat, and that's the winner. You can have more than one person per household entering. So if there's 4 people in one household that have YouTube access and can subscribe, then that increases your chances. So you can do that. As long as I reach 300, that's the aim basically. So thank you for watching. Take care everyone. Bye bye.